Good morning, Saturday. Saturday already. Saturday morning on this chilly, cold, rainy day. It's been raining since yesterday. Well, it actually stopped right now, but not for long. It's going to rain till like 6 o'clock probably today. Gloomy, cloudy. It's got a chill to the air. And when the rain hits you, it's like cold rain, refrigerated rain, ice water. Basically is what it feels like. Yeah, so yeah, tomorrow's Halloween. It's October 30th, Saturday, 2021 already. Wow. No, this month just flew by, didn't it? My kids are not going trick-or-treating because of COVID. You know what I mean? So they just, I guess they just, FDA just authorized vaccines for kids 2 to 11, I believe. Or 5 to 11, I'm sorry. Ages 5 to 11. But they had to reduce the dose. Too strong of a dose. It's still experimenting. When them kids get them vaccines, they'll be the guinea pigs because it's not FDA approved for the kids. So yeah, so I don't know. We got to wait and see how many people die or have any kind of side effects with it because the hospitals are blaming everything on anxiety. They got this kick here at the hospitals around here saying it's COVID anxiety causing your heart rate and pulse rate and blood pressure to skyrocket. They're saying it's anxiety causing it when it's not. That happened to me last year around this time, going to the hospital with a high pulse rate and high blood pressure. And my friends were pissed off because they said you could have stroked out, but they said it was anxiety causing it and they wouldn't treat it. So it'll go down on the zone because it's anxiety. Walked in with 189 pulse rate and blood pressure was 180 over like 170 or something. And they said it was anxiety. And one doctor walked in and said, I've seen higher numbers than that. Trying to compare me with somebody else and ask you, then they try to blame it on the foods I eat. Which nurse comes walk in and says, how much Mountain Dew you drink today? 2 liters. And her lady asked me, how many cups of coffee you had today? 30 cups of coffee? I said, no. Why are you asking me these stupid questions trying to blame it on something else? I want to get treated and they refused to treat it. Said it was anxiety, was seen for anxiety. Well, my cardiologist is in the same network as them. Same hospital network. Just, different locations. They're not located in the office, in the hospital. They're actually got an office down the street, cardiology. Apparently, they're not looking at their records or in the computer systems. I told them every time I see them, I say every time I go to the hospital with a heart problem, they say it's anxiety. He said, and they blow me off. He said, well, it's definitely not anxiety. I said, well, put it in your computer system because they're not looking at it. They can't read. That is crazy, isn't it? Yep. That's like going in with a broken leg and you're saying, no, you got a broken nose. You know what I mean? One nurse walked in and said, oh, he must have a high fever. He must have a temperature. Let me check his temperature. Nope, you don't have a temperature. So they just said, it's got to be anxiety. And it wasn't anxiety because why would it be on a heart medicine and a beta blocker and heart and blood pressure medicine if it's anxiety? I'm not on anxiety medicine. I'm on heart medicine. Okay, not anxiety medicine. I'm on heart medicine. As if some of these people, like nowadays, what the hell? I got a nurse that comes to my house. You know how she comes in? She comes in and looks at me and say, oh, you look great, you look fine. And she walks out the door and leaves. Don't check any of my vitals. Don't check my blood pressure, heart rate, temperature, or nothing like that. She comes in, this goes by your looks. You look fine, you look great, and walks out the door. Then I told her I need my blood work done every 3 to 4 months. And she goes, no, you don't. You need it once a year. With the medicine I'm on and my underlying conditions, my neurologist says you need blood work done every 90 to 120 days, like three or 4 times a year. So she comes in and said, no, once a year. So you see what I mean? She's a young nurse. And her boss came out here. I said, she must get paid commission because she blows in here for about a minute or two and walks out and don't do her job. And she goes by look. So I have to write on my forehead, how do I feel? I had to put on there like high blood pressure today, high pulse rate today, temperature today. It's write it on my forehead so if she looks at me, she can see it on my forehead. That's how crazy these nurses are nowadays. The one nurse in the hospital seen my heart rate jump around real fast, like 180, 190, 200, back down to 179. She's like, oh, that's normal. No, it's not. Inappropriate sinus tachycardia. When I say sinus, a lot of people think your nose. There's a sinus rhythm in your heart. It's called inappropriate sinus rhythm tachycardia. It's where your heart just goes crazy for no reason. Well, how do you? And then I get this question at the hospital with the nurse. Well, how do you know? How do you know it's high? I said, because you feel it. Just like when you got a temperature, you feel it. Okay, when you feel like shit, you feel it. Okay, duh. Some of these nurses, I'm like, do they go to school, or these hospitals just getting them off Craigslist or something? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's worse. I mean, that hospital around here went downhill for about 7-8 years ago. It was a pretty good hospital, but now the hospital is more like an urgent care. Then the health department called me because I got tested with COVID. She called me 3 days after the test came back positive, and she asked me if the hospital had emergency room. I said, yes, they got emergency room area. She said, why is it like a urgent care? I said, well, because basically it's like a Band-Aid hospital. If you need a Band-Aid, if you're in a serious condition or you're going to die, that's the hospital not to go, because you will die. So yeah, basically they're not equipped to handle anything type of a stroke or anything like that, because they got 90% nurses there and hardly any doctors. So I mean, a nurse comes in and said, I looked at your x-rays. I'm like, you just got out of nursing school and you're looking at x-rays? So yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, because this COVID stuff can really mess with your heart too. Even after COVID, you could have long-term effects, like my loss of taste of smell. I only basically taste or smell maybe 35% now. No, so that's gone, you know what I mean? And yeah, and heart problems. So yeah.
What is this?
So yeah, so you guys have a lovely Saturday, and hit that like and subscribe button for me. Just let me know what's going on today. I just get on here and see what's going on. Everybody's like, you haven't posted a video in a couple of days. I'm like, whoa, you want to see my videos every day? Yeah, it's kind of cold out here anyway. I'm getting back in here. The rain's, it's like a misty rain out here now. So yeah, more rain. Supposed to rain till like 5 or 6 o'clock. So yeah, you guys have a lovely weekend. Thank you for watching.